Good day everyone, I'm Kim PG Completo from BSC 3-4 at ang report ko is about alternative dispute resolution in the Philippines. Let us know kung ano nga ba ang objectives natin sa report na to. First is to learn and understand the concept of alternative dispute resolution in the Philippines and its legal foundations. Yan, kung ano nga ba talaga ang ADR and the law created it. Second is to identify the types of alternative dispute resolution mechanism commonly used in the Philippines. Ano nga ba ang uri ng ADR dito sa Pilipinas? Third is to understand the role of Office for Alternative Dispute Resolution or OADR. And I will discuss to the OADR and ano nga ba ang role nito sa ADR. Fourth is to recognize the main advantage of alternative dispute resolution in the Philippines. Kung ano nga bang kagandahan ng pagkakaroon ng ADR dito sa Pilipinas. Umpisahan natin kung ano nga ba ang alternative dispute resolution in the Philippines. The Philippines has embraced alternative dispute resolution or ADR as a significant mechanism for addressing conflicts outside traditional courts. Ibig sabihin, the functions of ADR is ma-resolve ang conflict ng dalawang parties na hindi na kinakailangan pang pumunta sa korte. And alternative dispute resolution help modernize dispute resolution in the Philippines, offering a flexible and practical approach to conflict resolution. Yan, ang ADR daw ay parte ng pag-unlad ng justice system dito sa Pilipinas, and this approach is part of a global trend para mas mabilis, less formal and more cost-effective methods sa pagresolba ng disputes dito sa Pilipinas. The legal framework of the alternative dispute resolution in the Philippines. So ano nga ba ang masasabi nating pundasyon ng batas ng ADR dito sa Pilipinas? The ADR system in the Philippines is primarily governed by Republic Act No. 9285, also known as the Alternative Dispute Resolution Act of 2004. Yung Section 2 ng 9285, it is hereby declared the policy of the state to actively promote party autonomy in the resolution of dispute or the freedom of the party to make their own arrangement to resolve their disputes. Toward this end, the state shall encourage and actively promote the use of alternative dispute resolution as an important means to achieve speedy and impartial justice and declags court dockets. Meaning, this legislation established the legal basis para i-promote ang alternative dispute resolution and to avoid overburdening the court system. And also, it supports the use of mediation, arbitration, and conciliation as alternative to litigation, allowing disputing parties, either public or private sectors, to settle their differences in a more cost-effective and time-efficient manner. Meaning, para mas para mas mapabilis at hindi mag-traffic sa court, ano. Kung simpleng pagkakaintindihan lang naman, pwede na namang hindi na pumunta sa court. And ibig sabihin din is this law institutionalized alternative dispute resolution in both public and private sectors to promote options such as mediation, arbitration, and conciliation at para mas makamura at mas mapabilis ang proseso. Nabanggit na rin naman natin yung mediation, arbitration, and conciliation. Yan. Sila yung tatlo, sila yung types of ADR mechanism commonly used in the Philippines. The arbitration, mediation, conciliation. Now, I'll explain to you the difference of three. Simulan natin sa arbitration. A voluntary dispute resolution process where parties choose a neutral third party who will hear the dispute, review the evidence, and make a binding decision to resolve an issue by rendering an award. Sino nga ba yung third party na yan? Yan si arbitrator. And the arbitrator serve as the decision maker and the referee in an arbitration proceeding, much like a judge during court litigation. Nabanggit ko yung award. Ano nga ba yung award? The award is not a type of recognition or trophy. Hindi po yan premyo na natatanggap natin. Award is refers to the final decision of the arbitrator. Yan yung kumbaga sa korte, yung hatol ng judge Yan yung hatol ng judge. Dito naman sa arbitration, yan yung hatol ng arbitrator. Yan yung award. Second is the mediation. Kung kanina sa arbitration, arbitrator, dito naman is ang third party is mediator. A neutral third party help disputants negotiate a mutually accepted agreement. The process is confidential and the mediator cannot impose a solution. And the mediator does not make decision for the parties, but guides the conversation, help identify issues, and explore options for resolution. Their goal is to foster communication and understanding between the parties. Dito daan sa mediation, first and second party ang magdidesisyon and who made the award. Ibig sabihin, the mediator are not responsible for deciding the result of the mediation process, but rather the first and second party. The mediator only facilitates communication and negotiation and assists the parties in reaching a voluntary agreement regarding the dispute. Take note, the mediator should not make the solution but rather the first and second party. Now, the third, conciliation. Dito naman sa conciliation is conciliator ang third party. A process similar to mediation, but the conciliator plays a more active role in proposing solutions. The conciliator involves the assistant of a neutral third party who play an advisory role in reaching an agreement. Third parties can make a proposal. Dito naman, ang pagkakaiba lang ng conciliator and mediator is that the conciliator can make a proposal, he can suggest to resolve the disputes, and or the mediator cannot make a proposal. Yun yung pagkakaiba nila. So, ano nga ba ang pagkakaiba nilang tatlo? Dito sa arbitration, the one who make the award is the arbitrator. Dito naman sa mediation, the one who make the agreement is the two parties. And dito naman sa conciliation, although the first and second parties can make an agreement, the conciliator can make a proposal and can suggest possible contents of the award. Yan yung pagkakaiba nilang tatlo. So dito naman sa Office for Alternative Dispute Resolution, the Office for Alternative Dispute Resolution under the Department of Justice is tasked with promoting and developing the use of ADR in the Philippines. It offers accreditation, training, and policy development to ensure that ADR practice are effective and ethical across sector. Ito naman ay ginawa to promote, develop, and expand the use of ADR in the private and public sector, assist the government in monitoring, studying, and evaluating the use of ADR by public and private sectors, and recommend to Congress needful statutory changes to develop, strengthen, and improve ADR practices in accordance with world standard. Para mas madali ang Office for Alternative Dispute Resolution aim to decongestion court and improve dispute resolution, particularly in commercial and civil cases. Now, the powers of the Office for Alternative Dispute Resolution. First is to act as appointing authority of mediators and arbitrators. Second is to conduct seminars, symposia, conferences that would promote, develop, and expand the use of ADR. Third is to establish an ADR library or resource center. Fourth is to establish training programs for ADR providers or practitioners. Fifth is to certify those who have successfully completed the regular professional training program provided by the OADR. Six is to charge for service rendered such as among others for training and certification of ADR providers. Seven is to accept donation, grants, and other assistance from local and foreign sources. And lastly, to exercise such other powers as may be necessary and proper to carry into effect the provision of the ADR Act. Now, The functions of the Office for Alternative Dispute Resolution. First is to promote, develop, and expand the use of ADR in the private and public sectors. Second is to monitor, study, and evaluate the use of ADR for policy formulation. Third is to recommend to Congress needful statutory changes to develop, strengthen, and improve ADR practices. Fourth is to make studies on and provide linkage. Fifth is to compile and publish a list of or roster of ADR providers or practitioners. Six is to compile a list or roster of foreign or international ADR providers or practitioners. Now, the advantage of alternative dispute resolution. Unang-una, cost efficiency. Alternative dispute resolution tend to be less expensive than going through the court system, which is often burdened by delays and backlogs. Bakit nga ba cost efficiency ay advantage? Siyempre, mas makakatipid ka sa pera kasi magastos kung simpleng alitan lang idadaan mo pa sa korte, di ba? Kaya cost efficiency is one of the advantage of the ADR. Second is speed. Alternative dispute resolution process are faster, particularly at arbitration, which is favored for its efficiency in commercial cases. Speed, by the word itself, mabilis kasi kung aabot ka pa sa korte, aabutin ka ng siyam-siyam dyan, yung mangga o prutas na pinag-awayan nyo nabulok na, di pa rin naandar yung kaso sa korte. Now, third is confidentiality. Alternative dispute resolution ensures privacy, which is particularly important in business disputes where sensitive information may be involved. So, confidentiality is advantage kasi magkakaroon ka ng privacy sa public. And lastly, flexibility. Parties have more control over the process and the selection of arbitrators or mediators, making alternative dispute resolution more adaptable to specific needs. Flexibility kasi madali ka lang makakakuha ng mediator o arbitrator, hindi ka nahanap ng napakamahal na abogado para maayos yung problema. Now is the conclusion. The alternative dispute resolution system in the Philippines serves as a vital tool for reducing court congestion and facilitating timely dispute resolution. With a solid legal foundation provided by Republic Act No. 9285 and ongoing support from the Office for Alternative Dispute Resolution, alternative dispute resolution method can effectively cater to the needs of both local and international parties. However, to maximize its potential, continuous improvements in legal practices, increased outreach and education about alternative dispute resolution are necessary, ensuring it remains a relevant and accessible option for solving dispute in different sectors. Now, my recommendation, increase public awareness and education. To effectively promote alternative dispute resolution, it is essential to conduct awareness campaigns targeting various stakeholders including businesses, legal practitioners, and the general public. Educational initiatives should be emphasize the benefits of alternative dispute resolution such as cost effectiveness and speed and confidentiality. Workshop seminars and informational materials can help demystify the alternative dispute resolution process, making them more accessible and understandable for potential users. And that is the end of my report. Thank you for listening. And my favorite quote is kid who have never seen peace and kid who have never seen war have a different values. Yan by Don Flamingo. Thank you.